Welcome to Glow Up or Get Out. So today's episode is deep but light at the same time.
Yeah.
We decided to get viewer submissions on the topics surrounding pride and if you can be proud of yourself in your achievements, and do you celebrate your achievements? That topic. So we're just gonna get right into it.
So we posted some polls on our Instagram that asked a few questions, and we're going to go over the results. So the first one we asked was, do you feel like you can be proud of yourself in your achievements? 91% of you said yes, and 9% said no.
Very interesting. I feel like what's more interesting is, I think it's the next question.
Yeah. So, that's really cool. I feel like...
Yeah. You can at least acknowledge
that you did something. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then the second question said, do you find it difficult to celebrate when you have achieved something? 43% of you said yes, and 57% of you said no, which I feel like that's a pretty split in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
And I feel like maybe it's because celebrate is different to different people. Like
that
maybe
that's true.
Celebrate to some people is like have a party, go to dinner, actually do something big, I guess.
Yeah.
But to some people, celebrate could just be like have a glass of wine and tell myself like, yeah, I did that.
I did that. Yeah, no, that's true. I think I took it more as like people just find it hard to do something, or even just like a kind of like, we talked about acknowledging to an extent of like, I'm gonna do something good for myself today because I just did so awesome for doing this having this achievement.
And that also ties into like the things that make you proud. Like again, some people, you can be proud of yourself for just like eating 3 meals that day, and like obviously it's not a cause for celebration every time,
right?
But like say you did it for a whole 6 months or something, like you consistently stuck to something, you can be proud of yourself and celebrate in some way. But yeah, it's very interesting, the celebrate part. People don't like to do stuff for themselves.
Yeah, no, I can't. I think I've only ever celebrated something like one of my achievements when it was either somebody doing something for me, or like in our case, like it's both of us, so I'm like, we should do something because both of us
both did it.
But I don't know about like personal achievements. If I've ever like, I did that, I'm gonna go buy myself dinner, you know, or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, not really.
Weird.
Which leads into the next question.
Yeah. Next question. Is it easier for you to be proud of others' achievements? Yeah. So 91% said yes, and then 9% said no.
Very interesting. I feel like, it's a lot easier to tell someone else, like, I'm proud of you for that, than tell yourself, I'm proud of myself for that.
Or telling yourself, I'm proud of you. Like, proud of you.
Yeah, you know? Like me. Me's proud.
I'm proud of me. Yeah, I think it's just always easier to, like, validate someone else's achievements than your own. Because I feel like you're always feeling like it's a work in progress and never, like, I did something, you know?
Yeah. Which, like, I guess that speaks to our audience being really good friends. Like, being good people to be around.
But yeah, I think you should allow yourself, or, like, do the same thing you do for a friend. Like, you know that the saying, it's like, be your own best friend. Like, that kind of situations. This applies to this, too. Like, we're all looking and seeking for, like, this outward validation of achievement, and it can just be, you know, coming from within and from yourself. And don't be afraid to celebrate yourself. That's
silly.
That's silly. You do a lot for yourself. Yeah, those were the 4 questions we asked that initially just kind of like kick-started, or
the conversation
about
being
proud of yourself. Then we went into asking our audience if they would be willing to share what makes them proud and like one of their proudest moments. And we got a few responses, so let's go over them.
First one, when I got my job and my old manager told me I wasn't qualified. Period. Slap him in the face with that acceptance letter.
Your manager's insecure. Old manager. That's all I gotta say.
I'm proud that you can realize it was an accomplishment, regardless.
You deserve to be in a different situation now. I'm happy for you.
Next, being a human in a pandemic.
That's a good accomplishment for sure. I think this pandemic has really been tough for people, and I think not giving yourself enough credit for if you're, I want to throw some shade out here, but if you have been a good human being in being careful with yourself and careful with others and their health, I think there's a lot to celebrate there, because as we know, not everyone is doing that. Mm-hmm. And it's, it's good to be dude, I fucking made it through this goddamn pandemic, and I did it with kindness and compassion. And I'm we're all living and trying to fucking move on now. Yeah.
And also being human, I guess, it sounds so broad, but being human as in I think feeling the feelings you had regardless of your situation, because it's been different phases of quarantine and the pandemic of being isolated and having to be literally 100% alone with just the people you live with, or just going to work, or only seeing these people, and then it just obviously keeps opening more and more. But
going through those phases is tough, for sure.
So be proud of yourself, because you're human during this pandemic as well.
Next one, acknowledge to speak on up-to-date topics. I think they mean worldly topics, or I guess just
current events, whatever that means.
Yeah, it's a celebration. I feel there's a lot of learning about the world and people that has just come up in the last year that has been oppressed, and we've all been kind of lied to, or I don't know, just new information about what the world is actually is out there now, and adjusting and speaking on the behalf of those who didn't have a voice before, and uplifting and encouraging those voices is definitely really important.
I mean, some of it's not even new information, it's just
right.
I don't know if the pandemic just made it where people had the time to now look up the topics and I guess invest more personal time, which is of course hard when you're dealing with your own personal life and personal problems. So
I think it it hit a reset, or a kind of let's slow down and evaluate everything around us.
Yeah.
And now it's just all up in the air.
But yeah, having knowledge to care alone is good, and then having the ability to speak on those topics and have an opinion.
Yeah, agreed. The next one says, when I do something nice for other people. I mean, that's always a vibe.
It always feels good.
It always feels like a good moment. Making a client happy. That is definitely a relatable vibe. It feels good to not only know that you did something awesome, but having that response of that validation, or that response of I'm really happy that you we came to you for that.
Yeah,
that's really great.
I feel we don't even celebrate the little things like that, oh, they liked that, which obviously celebrate, and not we're gonna go to dinner every single night, clients happy or something, because that's ridiculous, but just being we did that,
we fucking did that,
we did that
good. The next one says, got my degree. Girly saying.
That was a 4-year journey. I mean, it was more I
think it's a mental
16-year journey, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Because you start when you're 4.
I mean, yes, but you don't.
Yes, you start when you're 4 to get that degree, bro. It starts in kindergarten.
But then you're just telling everyone else who doesn't have a degree that they just stopped. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying it took 16 years to get there. Without those other 14, I wouldn't have been able to get to the degree.
You could have maybe got your GED.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's really smart people who went to Harvard at 15. They only took, 12 years to get there.
Yeah, make my fucking proudest moment look like nothing, I guess.
Shut up. Just kidding. See, this is the problem. We compare ourselves too much.
But yeah, whoever did that, go off.
Get that degree.
Get that degree, girl.
And if you don't want the degree, don't get the degree.
Period.
You probably did something else.
You probably got your dream job out here. Okay.
Next one. Despite getting married at 19 and others doubts my marriage is strong and happy.
Period, girl.
Live your life.
Live your life.
Don't let other people tell you what to do.
Also, there's no fucking timeline to love. Like, shut up. You know?
Shut your face.
Shut your face.
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
You see that because you ain't in love.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the most not always. Sometimes it's like a parent, I guess. You know, it's not like.
But still,
sometimes
mind your business. I'm just kidding.
Your 17-year-old daughter, Mom, I want to get married. Mind my business.
I'm minding my business.
No, but that's really awesome. I feel like I feel like a lot of people can't say that. I mean, you can say we're still married, but I don't know if some people are gonna go as far and say we're strong.
Yeah, that's a really cool accomplishment, and I'm happy for you. Mm-hmm. May the rest of your marriage continue as being strong and happy. That's all you can wish for.
Us not being married, trying to give advice. We're proud of you.
We're proud of you. Someone responded, "Glow getter kicking ass. That's their proudest moment." Honestly, thank you.
Period. You said other people making accomplishments. I can easily be proud for that.
The next one says, "Earning my degree despite mental, financial, legal hardships galore." I feel that one to the core. I think not everyone's like journey in college is easy. I think honestly the schoolwork isn't even the hardest part of of getting a degree. I think it's the mental
growing up,
like strain of growing up. I think it's like a safe space for you to kind of make mistakes, but at the same time, like, you're already an adult, and like, that is scary.
And it's also like college is just the place where it's like a safe place to make mistakes that will also carry on for the rest of your life.
It truly is, though. So I feel that. Congratulations to you, and fucking go celebrate. We got a couple more. This one says, "Probably when my short film got accepted into an international film festival." That is a fucking crazy accomplishment, I gotta say.
Amazing.
Can't even imagine. Can't imagine. Imagine one of our never mind. Whatever.
Not about us.
Not about us. I just can't. That's crazy.
Just can't fathom.
Literally so awesome, and congratulations.
The hard work was worth it. That's also what it comes down to with like being proud. I feel like, okay, it's not always about validation, but like to an extent, like when you're proud, it's because other people acknowledge that what you maybe already know or maybe you don't know is amazing. Like other people are saying it is amazing, like you did that. Yeah. Which like it's not validation in a bad way, like you need someone to tell you it's good or else you won't be proud of yourself. But validation in the way like you have to get validation in certain forms, like when movies come out. The ticket sales are a part of validation. Like when people give good reviews, that's a part of validation. But it's not saying without it, you can't be proud.
Right.
But it's a lot easier when other people say you did something well.
It's also like, in this case, I think it's like, it's the sharing aspect of like, I'm getting to share this piece of art that I made to so many more eyes than it originally was intended for. And like, that's really cool. Like, maybe even like having a message like said to not millions, I guess, but like just a bigger group of audience. That's really awesome. Like, I feel like that would make me super fucking proud of myself. Yeah. Like, I get to share the one thing that I felt was really important, and whether or not they liked it, they fucking saw it. Period.
More people got to see my vision.
Another person said, "When I learned how important implementing healthy boundaries are."
If you can pinpoint that moment, that's pretty iconic.
That's really iconic. I think
I don't know if I could do that.
Me either.
I'm like, have I been
I'm like trying to think.
I'm like, have I been there? I'm scared now. Did I not make it there?
I feel like
Is healthy boundaries?
I think I've done that.
What is it? What's the question? Or the statement?
Implementing, it's important. When I learned how important implementing healthy boundaries are.
Okay, yeah. Doing it every time correctly, still not there. But I know it's important.
I think that's like really awesome you can pinpoint that specific moment, because I feel like it's almost like a weight lifted off your shoulders, and you can like almost be freer now that it's weird because when you think of like boundaries, you think of like walls and like not being near somebody or near that idea. But it's the actually opposite, because like you feel like now free that you can be like, honestly, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want you in my life. That shit is so freeing, and you can now just be yourself and continue to expand and explore and just be the best fucking version of yourself, because you're no longer dealing with bullshit. You're no longer dealing with people and things that don't serve you.
That was it.
That was it.
So we're going to end it off with a proud moment of our own. Something that made us proud of ourselves. And I'm going to go first. Mine is, we worked with a brand. I'm not going to say who or when, but we made a post that didn't go viral necessarily, but it did very well on their page. And definitely like thousands more than we see on our personal pages. So it was really cool to see like that something we made could do well. Like, I guess that was also the first time that we saw that something we made could do well and like actually get engagement.
Yeah.
And it started a conversation that was really important to us and a lot of other people. So it was just cool to see, like, even though there was like negative things and people who were against the post itself, it was really...
It was controversial per se.
Yeah. And it was just really interesting.
It wasn't, but...
Yeah. It was just really interesting to see people, like, I don't know, just have a conversation.
Yeah,
like people...
communication on the comments. And
having discussions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really cool moment for us. Very validating.
I also feel like our post specifically validated a lot of people in that sense too. Like they felt included and heard, which was really cool. I think the first one kind of relates to both. I mean, they both relate to both of us, but you'll see.
I'm scared.
The first one was being told that like Sam and I have something specific that we can both bring to the table and like are meant to do something bigger than just like get a 9-to-5 job. I think when like
no shade.
No shade. Honestly, like everyone thrives in their own way. But I think we were so lost at the end of college, and I think we've talked about this before, and like obviously we fucking always talk about mentor, but Marcus literally just, I guess, like really validated skills and like just really special things about us that we could like make money off of.
Yeah.
And I think bringing that up was like a really cool point of being proud of myself, like being told, specifically in my case, he told me that I had a really keen eye, like I was really good at looking at things and like putting together what looks good and like just being very creative, I guess. And I think like I had struggled really hard within like the last 4 like in college. I struggled to find like what I was really good at, and like everything I had thought I was good at like previously, like as a kid, I didn't really relate to those things. But then when that came up again at the end of an era, I was like being told like, no, you are these things, and like that was really fucking validating. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that we work towards our whole lives, like trying to figure out what we're good at. And Marcus did a really good job in classes, like helping us find those things.
Yeah.
And figuring out what do we actually like in the real world and what do we want to be, not just like, oh, we're going to do a little exercise and you're going to think of 10 things you like to do. And it's just like just not worth it, I guess. But he did a really good job at helping us find those things. And then at the end of college, when we were like, yeah, I think we're going to do these things, he was like, why?
He was just like,
He's like, I think you could do something way cooler than that. And we were like, oh.
What were we even going to do?
I think I was just going to keep blogging, working.
Oh, you were going to keep blogging and like get a management job at some, like, I think you were like not like your plan was to get a job at as a manager, but I think you were like, that'll be my backup if anything, like, you know?
I think it was like a logistics job or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what my degree is.
Maybe that was
kind of in. But yeah, it was just nice for like, because it's like something you know, but when someone tells you like, yeah, I even see it, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one. And then another personal one. I think recently when we signed on a client, our first full-time client, I guess second, but like when we signed our client on, I obviously like waited a while, but I finally felt comfortable telling my parents about it. And I think I've been in like this limbo since I graduated college, and I've had a lot of like family like pressures to like get a job and like, you know, make money and whatever, like everyone else does. But it was cool to be like, yeah, no, I can now like sustain myself with this client that we have, and I no longer feel like I truly need to get a full-time job or even a part-time job to sustain my lifestyle, to sustain myself.
Yeah, and it's like your own skills that is allowing you to do that, not just like, oh, I have to do this for money. It's like, this is something I like to do.
Yeah, and just hearing like I'm proud of you. And then also like I told them about other like ventures that me and Sam have going on. Like we haven't talked a lot about Happy Sucky, but we will.
We should do a whole episode on Happy Sucky.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that really soon. But I told them about the whole premise of like everything and like what our vision is and like wanting to help others through this other venture, and like not just like in a you pay me kind of way, but like in a but like I want to have like a bigger purpose in helping people make better, like have better lives and like get people out of shitty situations. And I think when I said that, they were like, wow, you really have a plan for everything, or like you really have like details to the things that you want to do. And I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm not just out here saying like I want to be this, like when I grow up I want to be this,
sitting at home watching TV.
Yeah, like no, I'm doing things. And I think it finally like clicked for them, like that I'm working, like I'm actually working, when like you know, seeing like I have a real job, I guess is what I mean. But that was really cool.
At the end of the day, make yourself proud and be able to celebrate the small stuff in whatever way that means to you. I feel like the small or smaller, I guess not even small, just the things that made us proud and made us feel accomplished led us to understand what we're actually passionate about and what we want to do. Because I feel like when we started the company, not that we had bad intentions or anything, but it was just like, we should start something because we're good at this, and like let's make money off of it, and like let's figure it out. And obviously we had all these grand ideas of like, oh, it'd be cool if we did this, or cool if we did that, or like got this people, like got our friends in on it, like all these ideas. And now it's like, okay, no, I think now we understand what we want to do. Like we want to help brands build their communities. I just feel like it helped, those accomplishments help you figure out what your purpose is, I guess.
Yeah. I think because it comes from like I'm genuinely excited place, you know?
Yeah, like I actually was excited about that. So maybe that's something I want to do more of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For Glowing Hour, we're going to be really lighthearted. We're going to have really tons of fun, and we're going to read cheesy quotes. They're very interesting.
We're going to analyze cheesy quotes. No, I'm just kidding, but for real, tune in for that. If you want to have a good laugh.
Have a good roast session on quotes.
We're back. And
we're drinking.
There's a little bit of cherry lemonade and the new Topo Chico. This one's the tropical lime, I think, or tropical lemon lime.
Smells good. I could literally drink this and not think it's alcoholic.
It just tastes like...
It tastes like bubble gum. Do you taste it?
It does.
I don't really know what inspired the quotes thing. I think one day we were just looking at really cheesy quotes for whatever reason. And then we decided to throw it on this episode because I guess like when you feel proud, you feel kind of cheesy. You're like, oh, I'm being
cheesy.
silly.
You also just like are in love with life. And you write some shit like this.
Yeah, so you write some cheesy quote like this and it gets written down forever.
We probably are gonna roast these, but at the same time, like feel them.
Yeah, like if you want to post this to your story later,
let's all just start posting fucking cheesy quotes again. Like it's Tumblr.
I'm down. I went on my Tumblr. I had 0 cheesy quotes. They were just like stories instead.
Mine were like annoyingly cheesy about like love.
Yes. Mine were like he saw her and she saw him and those eyes and the water and some sort of storm. And I was like, you were 14. Who did you think was this deeply in love?
You can't even drive yourself to the beach. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. First quote. She overcame everything that was meant to destroy her. Sylvester McNutt.
McNutt?
Yeah, like, come on.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sylvester. And this is in a thing called 42 Girl Boss Quotes to Skyrocket Your Motivation. And there's swords above the quote. Gross.
The title of that article itself just...
It's just like
toss it.
Girl boss quotes. No tea, no shade. Sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're like this, and it's just like
the term girl boss itself. I think it's
been hurt.
It's just been been through the ringer for sure.
She's been dried and wrung out.
Yep.
So that's a good one. But yeah, I'm sure you overcame everything that was meant to destroy you.
That's so dramatic. What are you going
through? In a lot of ways, yes. Some people, sure, but the word destroy just has such a negative connotation. Like destroy.
Also, like no, I don't think anyone's
out to destroy
you.
Like intentionally. Hopefully.
Unless you're fucking there's in
cases.
an action movie.
Or like a car accident, sure, maybe.
But they were meant to destroy. I get what you mean.
But like you had to make it fit.
It sounds like really intentional. Like they were out to get you. You know what I mean?
This is like some people maybe can relate. Not I.
Next one. Are you a camera? Because every time I look at you, I smile.
All right. A lot of them ended up being pickup lines. So also don't use these.
Don't use any of these. That one's just
if I can picture the type of dude who would walk up to me and say this, and I would be terrified of him.
It's the can I get a hug guy.
Yes.
Same thing. Same vibe.
Can I get a hug? No.
Absolutely not.
Maybe just try your smile is pretty. It goes a lot longer than are you a camera?
Okay, but also don't say you should smile more.
No, not that one.
Fuck off.
Not that one.
Just say you have a really nice smile.
It's like
it's fucking simple.
Saying you should smile more is like saying I look like a bitch most of the time. But that when I smile,
you look like
nice.
a bitch. You're bitchy. That's literally what that says. It to me.
I got that all the time at trade shows, like, because I just sit there until someone comes up, or I'll say like $5 games and like whatever. I say my spiel, but sometimes it's just dead. I'm not gonna sit there screaming all day, and somebody will come up and I'm like, oh my god, hi, and they're like, you should smile more, and I was like,
I hate when it comes from old men. I hate when it comes from guys who are trying to hit on you, which is probably the same thing, I guess.
Probably the same category.
But please stop.
Just anyway. A PSA. We had to
PSA. Please stop saying
that. Okay, next one. Along the same lines, I guess this is the same blog post. 42 Girl Boss quotes. She never cared for the crown. She preferred a sword. I'm dying, bro. Like, it's so metaphorical. So metaphorical.
It's just like, what, are you a fucking Viking? Like,
dead ass. I mean, there's some people who I guess live for that.
What's that show called? George the Barbarian or whatever? Just reminds me of that. Dave the Barbarian.
Dave the Barbarian. That's a really good one.
For who?
If you're into the Victorian lifestyle.
If you're into like the Renaissance fair.
Mm-hmm. Put that on a flyer if you're hosting a Renaissance fair.
Period.
The girl bosses to show up. We're such haters for this one.
The next one. She will always have a little bit of gangster under her crown.
I can't. Why do they all have to have crown?
It's like, was that one like pick up your crown, princess?
No. Pick your head up. Your crown's falling.
It's the same vibe.
I mean, okay, but that's that one, the one we just said, it's like ironically amazing. Like you say
awful.
No, but you say it when someone's like a little bit sad, and you're just like,
because it make them laugh.
Yeah,
because it's fucking stupid. Yeah, exactly.
This next,
not good.
Zap them with super love.
What?
I don't know what that is even trying to suggest. Zap who?
Like instead of kill them with love, kindness, it's like zap them.
Oh, so they said we're gonna take a really common quote that works and just change the verbs and the adjectives.
Yeah. I like the font. The font's cute, girl.
Yeah, if you can see that if you're watching.
That's
just, what it looks like.
What the fuck? Zap them. Zap them with what though? Like what are you zapping them?
Super love. What do you mean? It says it right there with super love.
Why the word zap?
Because they already got kill from kindness. But then you have that alliteration.
But kill and zap isn't like...
Kill and kindness go. They should have done zap and zing or something. Zap them with zoodles.
Stop them with super love. Some shit like that instead, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Slap them with super love.
Slap them with...
That's better.
Slap them with shade. Not even positive anymore.
This is fucking bad, though.
That was just stupid.
Next one. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes. Even you. Turn it off and turn it on.
Yeah, literally, they said, try that with your life. Try that with your life. Turn off, turn back on.
Okay, but this one kind of goes off.
I mean, if you took a nap, but I'm thinking unplug, like, I'm thinking someone's plugged into a machine.
Stop! No! Too far.
Well, what the fuck?
I think they mean, like...
Unplug, like, physically, like, unplug from the situation you're in. Go to nature, unplug. They mean like that.
What you just fucking said. Yes, I think they like unplug from the problem.
My true crime ass just straight went to attach to a chair. They pulled the plug.
Yeah. No, but for real, like, I get it though.
It's just funny because of turn it off and turn it back on again. Did it work? But yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Take a minute. Step away.
Yeah.
Be to yourself for a sec. Reevaluate what you just said.
Who made that up? I can't read the font.
Soho weddings. Soco weddings?
What is a wedding page doing?
Ridiculous.
Talking about unplugging yourself.
It's like, girl, what? Aren't you supposed to be all about happiness and
like
shit?
Happiness and love? Next one. With so many things coming back into style, I can't wait till loyalty, morals, and humanity become a trend again. Period. They've been hurt.
I feel like the way that you read it is exactly the way they wrote it.
They said it. They said, this is amazing.
They were just like, with so many things coming back in style, I can't wait till loyalty, morals, and humanity become a trend again.
Like girl. It's never a trend, queen. If you think of it like a trend, pick your crown up.
Pick your head up.
You're being negative.
You're being negative. What you're surrounding yourself with is what I'm asking.
Yeah, if you're really thinking, like, sometimes, you know, you go for a quote for one specific person, you know?
That's fucked.
You're like
subtweet in this.
You're like, this is really only about one person, and it's gonna be to the masses, but it's really only about one person.
This goes hard, I guess.
Like, that's definitely someone that cheated on them or something.
No, or like a friend or some shit.
Oh, who cheated with their boyfriend? I'm just kidding.
Okay, we want to do a Ryan's Robes episode, guys.
Yes.
We should just do that next. Can we get like flagged for that though?
No, they freaking some lady posts it. It's on
YouTube.
Yeah.
Next one. Don't be sad because sad backwards is das and das not good. That hurt me to fucking read it.
It's really
and the fucking background is like the window of an airplane. Ugh.
That's not good.
This one's on Whisper. Oh my god, we should do a Whisper episode.
I've never even heard of it.
It's like an app where people literally just like submit anything they want to ever say.
Oh.
It's really funny. We should
like
do
a drama episode. Like we just speak on drama.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what it is, right?
Yeah. It's like drama or like they just say the dumbest shit. Like, I can't even think about it. They just
like cheeseburgers are ugly. I don't know.
Something, yeah, like just random shit, but it's so fun.
Next one. Forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Like, you gotta keep reading it to be like, oh, okay. But the word prisoner,
girly.
I mean, I get it. I mean,
you're a prisoner of your own mind.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Quotes are metaphorical. I get it, but damn.
I mean, this person's not wrong. Like, forgiveness is truly not for the other person, but it's for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, they're not wrong. It's just funny.
It's a lot. You could have said that with less words.
You said that with.
I just did. So
you could have just said to forgive is to set
yourself free. Period. Not us being like fucking teachers.
Grammar police.
Okay, next one. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Okay.
Carl
okay,
Jung.
Carl
Jung, no?
Jung.
That's the
Jung.
the psychologist. I forgot how to pronounce it though.
Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Honestly, facts, brother. I don't even think this is cheesy because period.
It's not. I just really liked
Sam just threw it in.
And the picture of Carl.
He's like,
go off. He said, think about it.
I think it definitely is harder to think and like process people's emotions and their reactions and like have your stability versus just talking shit and judging people.
Be like, oh, fuck them, they're nasty.
Yeah, it's like, no, they're probably fucking going through something and hurt.
They're
but at the same time, like, set your boundaries and be like, I don't fucking agree with that.
We're gonna talk about setting boundaries in an upcoming episode. So if you're not sure how to set those boundaries,
we'll be
talking about that. Don't you worry.
So that was all of the cheesy quotes. They were pretty hilarious, I gotta say.
There's more in the world. Don't worry. If you need a laugh again.
We give not like the very iconic ones, but ones that still kind of like pain you to read, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. We will see you guys next time.